All right, let's get this show started.
In today's news, Colby Covington claims a headbutt caused his fight-ending cut. As many of you know, Colby Covington suffered a third-round doctor stoppage TKO against Joaquin Buckley last month after sustaining a severe cut on his right eyelid early on in the fight. This led the cage-side doctors to step in and stop the contest. Since then, Colby's repeatedly claimed that under different circumstances, he would have walked out with his hand raised. In a recent video posted to his YouTube channel, Chaos doubled down, adding that the cut was caused by a headbutt from Buckley early on in the fight.
The fight, was just getting warmed up. Everybody knows I'm a 4th and 5th round fighter. I just get started in those championship rounds. I could have finished him in that 4th, 5th round. He was breathing heavy. He didn't have much more to offer. He wasn't going to be able to have much volume in those last rounds. So I feel like I was going to be able to take over in that fight. It was a close competitive fight. He didn't outclass me. He didn't drop me. He didn't really hurt me. There was a little cut that happened. I rewatched the film. It was like minute 2. And it was like a headbutt or right off his hip or something, but it wasn't from a punch. So, that's the only thing that really limited my potential to be at 100%. It's unfortunate that DEI doctor stopped the fight early. I feel like the fight was just getting started and there was a lot more that needed to be settled in there. So, it's unfortunate. It sucks, but, it's out of my hands. I wasn't even trained. I didn't even have a training camp together. I literally, had to put my favorite fighter of all time, Chael Sonnen, the undisputed, undefeated, Westland gangster, as my head coach and switch everything around. Didn't have any training partners, didn't get a proper training camp like this guy. He was in training camp for 12 weeks. He was preparing for the best version of someone. I'm coming off the couch. This guy got me at 30%. I still should have beat him.
Mike Perry tells the story of meeting Kevin Holland. Holland was recently a guest on Perry's Overdogs podcast, where the two shared a funny story about their first meeting.
I met Kevin Holland. I was with my mother-in-law, and he was asking me how his ass looked in his fight shorts. Me and Mama Duke, we just walked away, bro. I was like, come on, man. Asking me that.
You didn't even tell him?
Nah. You could have been like, yeah, look good, bro.
Yeah, that's the man. Mike, that's what you don't get, man. You think everything's...
My mom said my ass looked good in them shorts, though.
Nobody's listening now. How did it look?
I was finna take you to the Diddy party, my boy.
Hey, producer, clip that. Mike said Kevin's ass looked so nice he couldn't talk about it.
Hey, and that's the reel I want to collab on right there.
Yeah. Paige VanZant announces her return to the cage. Since her release from the UFC in 2020, the 30-year-old Paige VanZant has been exploring various new ventures. Earlier this year, she stepped into the Misfits boxing ring to face influencer and fighter Ellie Brooke. Although Paige was knocked down in the first round, she managed to get back up and fight on into a split draw after 5 rounds of action. Following this fight, she competed twice in Dana White's Power Slap League. Now, it looks like VanZant is ready to return to her roots. In a new episode of her podcast, VanZant revealed plans to come back and compete for the Global Fight League banner. You can check the full episode on the Paige and Austin, A Kick-Ass Love Story YouTube channel. The link's in our video description, found below.
So, if anyone's seen the rumor, so GFL New Fight League.
Yeah, Global Fight League, I think.
Global Fight League, yeah, Global Fight League. So, new MMA organization, they are picking up anybody and everybody who has a name in the sport that's a free agent. So, they offered me a contract.
Yeah.
And I said yes.
Yeah. So going back to MMA.
Going back to MMA. And I think this is the perfect opportunity because I didn't necessarily leave MMA. I definitely didn't leave MMA because I wasn't passionate about it anymore. Yeah. But leaving when I became a free agent outside of the UFC, the biggest offer that came in was bare knuckle boxing.
Yep.
They were the ones, they presented the best offer to me, and it was exciting. It was new. It definitely sparked my interest. And now there's this new MMA organization that actually made me really excited to fight for them. The way they're doing it, they're legit paying their athletes.
Yep.
Everybody I've heard that's, negotiated their contract so far is extremely excited and happy.
Yeah.
And I also saw that, which I don't know the logistics behind the scenes, but they're doing a pension.
Yeah.
For the fighters, pension fund, and I think health insurance.
Yeah.
Umar Nurmagomedov vows to finish Merab DVALISHVILI at UFC 311. Later this month, Umar challenged Morbav for the bantamweight title in the co-main event of UFC 311, and although the build-up to their fight has been short, it's been pretty damn heated. In a recent interview with Brett Okamoto of ESPN MMA, Umar said there's zero chance Merab beats him, adding that if he manages to take Merab's back, then it's lights out for the Georgian machine.
You said there's a fight and anything could happen. Maybe he could beat you. How? If Merab wins this fight, how do you think he would beat you?
He will not. I can't imagine how he will beat me. He can hold me. Okay, maybe he will take me down one time, but he have to hold me there. He can't. And he have to punch. Like, it's not gonna be how he did always. I'm not the person who will going to, like, you know, crazy. Like, I can wrestle too. Don't forget about that. But I can finish you. If you will leave me get back, I'm gonna choke you. Be careful.
Arman Tsarukyan shows off his exceptional flexibility. This is impressive. Check this. Tony Ferguson teases big fight news. El Cucuy hasn't been seen in the cage since his August clash against Michael Chiesa, where Tony was toppled and defeated via first-round submission. After the fight, Ferguson seemingly suggested his retirement, leaving one glove in the cage. However, quickly after, he U-turned on the thought, and just hours after his loss, announced that he will continue on fighting. Since that day, the 40-year-old has mostly kept a low profile. Now, however, it feels like the boogeyman has stepped out of the darkness and is ready to walk into the spotlight once more. Taking to Instagram, earlier today, Tony released this shot, captioned, "Completely destroyed myself to reinvent it. As an artist, I aim to show something you've never seen before. Happy New Year, crew. 2025 is in my sights. Champ, CSO. Stay tuned and watch the magic unfold. New missions acknowledged. Mr. Destiny. Fight news coming soon." Do you guys want to see El Cucuy cutting up opponents again? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Ali Abdelaziz believes Islam Makhachev would finish Alex Pereira. The UFC's pound-for-pound #1 fighter, Islam Makhachev, is currently preparing for his upcoming 155-pound title defense against Arman Tsarukyan that goes down in just 2 weeks at UFC 311, January 18th. Ali Abdelaziz expects that his star client will breeze through his 4th title defense before moving up to challenge the champions of the welterweight, middleweight, and even light heavyweight divisions. In a recent interview with MMA Junkie, Abdelaziz said that he believes Islam would finish Pereira even if they fought at 205 pounds, saying, "I don't think any man from 155 pounds to 185 can beat Islam Makhachev. It doesn't exist. I believe 155, 170, 185, I think Islam can beat anybody at any given day. This is what I believe in because what he's shown me, the development, the improvement, I think Islam will beat Alex Pereira at 205, and I do. I swear to Allah, I think Islam Makhachev will beat Alex Pereira. He's just going to take him down and finish him, submit him. Alex can knock out anybody on the planet if he touches you, but I think Islam is this good." Abdelaziz also revealed that former Bellator prospect Aaron Pico is officially a free agent and is interested in moving to fight for the UFC, but only if the price is right, saying, "Pico right now is a free agent. I'm going to do everything I can to help these guys become successful, but I'm also going to do everything I can to make sure my fighters stay regularly competing and have fights, because if they do not have fights, they cannot buy that time back. I'm sure the UFC wants him. I'm sure the PFL wants to keep him. Pico's a businessman. Pico likes money. UFC, of course. He would love to become a UFC champion, but if the PFL can offer me a deal I can't refuse, he's going to take it. But if he said, I want to go to the UFC, I have to go get an offer from the UFC, and PFL can have the right to match it." It's time for today's top memes. 3rd place was posted about Floppy Wiener. 2nd place was posted about Ray Rex 91. And the top pick was posted by MMA 247 Memes.
There's no one doing it like me. Nobody. I make more dough than a bakery, I do, yeah? reckon you can't tell me nothing, right? Connor, take the glasses off. For sure, no problem. Might put down 12 cans on this stream. Cuba!
Thanks for watching. If you like the content, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to stay in the talk.